How to protect your dream trip from unexpected disruptions. You've been planning this trip for months, maybe even years. The perfect itinerary, the dream destination, and then, bam. Your flight gets canceled, your luggage disappears, or worse, you have a medical emergency in a foreign country. Sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, I've been there. Let me tell you about the time my flight got canceled just as I was about to take off for my dream vacation. It was chaotic. But luckily, I had a backup plan. And that's exactly what I'm here to help you with today. Stick around, because I'm sharing my top tips to protect your trip and keep your adventure on track, no matter what. The best way to deal with travel disasters? Be prepared before you even leave. Step 1. Get travel insurance. I learned this the hard way. A few years ago, I was on an international trip when I got food poisoning. Bad. I had to see a doctor, and guess what? Without travel insurance, that little hospital visit would have cost me over $500. Thankfully, my insurance covered it. Lesson learned. Pro tip, check if your credit card includes free travel insurance. Step 2. Book flexible flights and hotels. Let's be real. Plans change. Weather, delays, even personal emergencies can throw a wrench in your itinerary. I always look for flights with free changes or hotels with 24-hour cancellation. It saved me when a last-minute storm forced me to reschedule a trip without losing money. Step 3. Make copies of your important documents. True story, my friend lost her passport in a European airport. It was a mess. But because she had a photocopy of it, getting a replacement was way easier. Lesson? Keep digital and physical copies of your passport, visa, and insurance details. You'll thank yourself later. 2. What to do? If things go wrong, 3 to 7. All right, let's say the worst happens. What do you do? Flight canceled? I've been stranded overnight at an airport. Trust me, it's not fun. If this happens, check your airline's rebooking options ASAP. I once scored a rebooked seat just by being the first in line at customer service. Also, don't forget to ask for meal or hotel vouchers. You never know what perks you might get. Lost luggage? Here's a funny but frustrating one. On my way to a beach vacation, my suitcase went to a completely different country. Yep, gone. For 2 whole days. Thankfully, I had my essentials, like a change of clothes, toiletries, and meds, in my carry-on. So, if you learn one thing from me today, never check everything. Keep the must-haves with you. Medical emergency abroad? Remember my food poisoning story? Well, another friend of mine actually sprained her ankle while sightseeing in Spain. No insurance, no idea where the nearest hospital was. It was a disaster. Now, before every trip, I always check for nearby hospitals and urgent care centers. It's a small step that can make a big difference. 3. Staying safe and stress-free. 7 to 9. Last but not least, here are a few extra tips to keep your trip smooth and stress-free. I once had a situation where I needed to contact my hotel, but my phone was dead. Ever since then, I keep a small note card with my hotel's number, the local embassy, and my airline's customer service. You never know when you'll need it. Download offline maps. On a solo trip to Italy, I got lost in the middle of a city where I barely spoke the language. No Wi-Fi, no data, just me and my bad sense of direction. Now, before every trip, I download offline maps so I can navigate even without an internet connection. Stay aware. Pickpockets are real. I once had a close call in a crowded market. Someone unzipped my backpack without me even noticing. Luckily, I had my valuables in a front pouch. Always keep an eye on your belongings, and if something feels off, trust your gut. A little preparation can go a long way in making sure your dream trip stays, well, a dream. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a travel disaster? Maybe a flight cancellation, a lost passport, or a hotel mishap. Share your story in the comments below. And hey, if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more travel hacks, and share this with your fellow travelers.